In this video, I wanted to talk about how to get a place in Norwegian kindergarten because quite soon we have a deadline, 1st of March, for applying to get a space in the first wave. If you apply before 1st of March, you're more guaranteed to get a space for your child in kindergarten by 1st of August. Norwegian kindergarten works usually for kids from 1 to 6 years old. And in this video I want to show you how to apply for the spot on example of Oslo Kommune or Oslo municipality, because this is where I live and that's where I can enter to show you. First of all, what we need to do is to go to the webpage of your municipality. Oslo Kommune you can find by simply typing in oslo.kommune.no. On the homepage you will see a menu with different topics. What you need to do is look for the word barnehage or kindergarten and click on it. This will take you to a page with all the information about kindergartens in Oslo. So on this page you will see a link that says søke eller bytte barnehage. So it means apply or change the kindergarten, and you need to click on this link to start your application. You will have to have a personal number for your child and yourself. Your child also need to be registered in the municipality where you want to get a kindergarten spot. I advise you to apply for a kindergarten spot as soon as your child gets his or her personal number and registration. If you're planning to send your child to kindergarten right after your parental leave is over, you should apply at least 6 months in advance. The application deadline, as I said, is 1st of March for start in August or September of the same year. So before you submit your application, you can see a list of kindergartens to choose from. You can filter this list by the district you live in, type of kindergarten, and whether it's private or public kindergarten. There is not a big difference between private and public kindergartens, except for the food and the price related to these food expenses. I want to know that private kindergartens usually serve warm food every day, but they also charge more than public kindergartens for that. You can also choose kindergartens by types if you need a special type. For example, there is a family kindergartens, which are for small children from 6 months old. There are usually only 5 or 6 kids, with 4 or 5 adults working there. Also, there is a student kindergartens, which are for children of students. The thing about these kindergartens that they might be open on weekends or extra hours in periods of time when students need to prepare for their exams. The last category I wanted to mention, also an open kindergartens or open barnehage, which are free, and you can go with your child and stay there every day from Monday to Friday. They're open like a normal kindergartens, and they're a good alternative for socializing with other parents and children if you still haven't got a spot in the normal kindergarten. The list of open kindergartens you can find in your municipality page by typing open barnehage. This will usually give you a list of places you can go. Once you have selected your preferred kindergarten, you can rank them in order of priority. You can choose up to 5 kindergartens. The higher you rank the kindergarten, the more likely you'll get a spot there. You can also write some comments or preferences in your application, such as if you want a part-time or full-time spot, or if you have any special needs or requests. After you have chosen the kindergartens, you can log in and start your application. You will need to put your contact information and the personal number of a second parent if it's relevant. Then you will need to arrange your alternatives that you have chosen from the most desirable to the least. Then you will need to choose the type of place, so if you want full-time spot or part-time spot. And if you belong to a priority group, such as being a single parent, having older siblings in the same kindergarten, being a refugee, or having a child with disabilities, you will need to indicate that as well. All these factors give you the right to a priority group usually, which means you have a higher chance of getting the spot before others get. On the next page, you will be asked to upload a document that shows that you have the right to priority group, such as certificate, a letter, or a proof of income. After you have uploaded the document, you can hit the send button and submit your application. So after you fill out your application, you will receive a confirmation email with your application number. You can also check the status of your application on the website of your commune. You will get an answer usually by 15th of April. If you get a spot, you will have to accept or decline it by May 1st. If you don't get a spot, you will be put on a waiting list. You can also change or cancel your application at any time before the deadline. Usually, if you don't get desirable spot in the kindergarten you want in the first wave, what will happen is that every month commune will send you a letter, either that you get a spot or you are still in the waiting list, because they go over the people with bigger priority group maybe than you, and they wait for them to accept or decline also. But usually it's not a problem if you applied before 1st of March. As I say, you have better chances to get this spot than any other people. Be cautious that if you make any adjustments to your application after 1st of March, they can count it as a new application and they can count it as an application that came after deadline. That happened with me 2 years ago when I was applying for my third child. What I did is take contact with the commune itself and explain to them that I filed this application long before that, and that I actually was sending them documentation that they asked me to send them. Then it was fixed and I got the spot the week after I talked to them. If you have questions regarding filling out this application, give me in the comments. And later I'm planning to make a bigger video where I'm going to talk about my experience with kindergartens and what differences all of the types have. My kids were in all of these types of kindergartens, and I have some thoughts to share. So stay tuned for that video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and let me know if you have some questions. Bye bye.